Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fabulous Tuesday. Thanks for joining me for Try It Out Tuesday. Today we are going to make an Easter card, and I picked up a couple stamp sets from Avery Elle. The smaller ones are great price point, so I pick up the coordinating dies. I have this little die set. This stamp set is called Hoppy Easter, and then this I thought would be a great stash builder because it has smaller stamp, but it's called Speech Bubbles. Has coordinating dies, but the sentiments in here are super versatile. Sentiments that say all my love, I'm here for you, feel better, simply superb, hello my friend. And then there's a couple more. So I think that's going to work great for any kind of critter stamp that we have in our stash. Okay, I'm going to use the egg today, and then in this stamp set there is a little polka dot, a triangle, and a little flower that you can fill in or decorate your egg with. I'm going to leave my egg a solid color, and then there's also a heart in the stamp set. I'm going to stamp that a few times, and we'll decorate the outside of our card with that little heart as well. So I'm stamping with Memento ink on some Neenah 80-pound cardstock. Both of these are alcohol marker friendly. I am going to use my Copic markers to color in my images today. I left the caps out, and I listed the colors that I used in the corner, but I'll play some music for you while I color, and when I'm done coloring, I will get you back. Okay, coloring is all done. Now, of course, as always, I went outside the lines in some areas, so that's where the white gel pen comes in really handy. I just cleaned up my mess ups. Now we're going to go ahead and take the coordinating dies. I'm going to separate them, and I didn't realize this until now, but the little triangle and the little polka dot, there's a die for that. So if you want to decorate the outside of your egg, you very well could die cutting out those little itty bitty pieces. I decided to keep all of those small dies together because I know I would lose them. The other day I found a circle die inside my Misty, and so it's best to keep those together. Okay, once everything is die cut, I'm going to go ahead and take some Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock. I have a panel here, and then I'm going to bring in some oxide inks. I have 3 different shades: Twisted Citron, Wild Honey, and Ripe Persimmon. It's the similar shades of my Copic markers, and I thought we would do a little bit of ink blending all together, a trio of colors here. Starting off with Twisted Citron, I add that to the very top. I'm going to add my Wild Honey in the middle, and I'm using the lid of my oxide inks because I don't have my glass mat today, and so I'm just dabbing off the excess in the lid. This is just easier for me. I don't have to bring out my craft mat. Third color will be on the bottom, and it's our Ripe Persimmon, and these colors actually blend beautifully together. Nice and springy color. I'm making sure that the blend is basically within a 2-inch width, because we're going to bring in a word die. It's a Birch Press word die called Big Friend Sugar Script, and it has the outline and also has the detail friend. I'll die cut out the outline with white cardstock, and then the friend I wanted to put on the distressed oxide colored area. This is why I wanted all 3 colors to show. Once I have this die cut out, I think it looks fabulous. I am going to add a little bit of dimension to the word friend, not the outline, but I thought we would tuck our little egg on our outline piece first. This way, the friend is basically predominant on my card, and that little Easter egg, you can still see it, but a portion of it is hidden behind the sentiment here. Once I have foam adhesive added, I'm going to go ahead and place my friend back in their home there, and then I'll go ahead and dot the eye, and you can see my friend doesn't cover up the egg too much, but it's tucked in there, and I think it looked really nice. And it's going to make it easier for me to just flip the entire thing over and add foam adhesive behind. Okay, for my background, we're bringing in some Distressed Resist spray. I have a panel that's I cut out with my stitched rectangle dies. Now this is 4 inches by 5 1/4, I believe. And we are going to, the nozzle on my Distressed Resist spray clogged up, and so I'm just twisting off the cap and tapping it, and then we're going to get some little splatters on the back of this panel. I wanted to use my brick stencil, and I thought I wanted some extra white areas just for a little added something, and so I thought the Distress Resist spray would work perfect. Okay, I did use my heat gun to go ahead and dry that, and I didn't realize this, but it does dry shiny, so there's a little bit of extra texture on my background. Okay, I'm going to take some pixie spray, add that behind the back of my stencil. Sometimes I wash them when I put them away, and sometimes I don't. I guess I washed this one. Pixie spray is wonderful adhesive for your stencils. It makes them not shift on your project, which is really nice. We're going to do a little ink blending with, not blending, just we're going to add a little color with some more Distress Oxide ink. This is Peacock Feathers. And I am using my Pink and Main ergonomic blending tool, and this is perfect for stenciling, and I'm loving it. I'm going to go ahead and add some color, and I didn't go all the way to the edges. I just wanted certain areas of my background panel, and I thought it was a little too light, and so I'm going to replace my stencil. I'm just lining it up to the position that it was before. And then I'm going to add more color, but this time I'm intensifying it in the center. I wanted it to be a little bit more of a stronger color. It's such a pretty color. And I think that's going to look great. I'm going to use my towel here and buff off the ink that's on top of my Distress Resist spray. And I like the outcome. I think it looks very neat. And you can see how shiny that is. It just adds a little extra something. So my back panel is basically done. We're going to go ahead. I did add foam adhesive behind my egg and the word friend. We'll just remove the release paper and add that to our panel. Once we have that added, we'll go ahead and we're going to stamp our sentiment. I'm not going to use any of the sentiments in the speech bubble stamp set. I'm going to use the Hoppy Easter in the Hoppy Easter stamp set. So I wanted to stamp the Hoppy with some of the Distress Oxide inks that we used for the blend on our friend. I think the Twisted Citron will work perfect for the Hoppy. We'll stamp that, and then I'm going to bring in my VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp the word Easter right below it. And I'm offsetting the Easter just a little bit because I wasn't sure if it was going to fit inside the speech bubble, but it does fit perfectly. We'll stamp this, and then I'm going to take the outline of the speech bubble, ink that up with my Right Persimmon. We'll stamp that around our sentiment, and I like how the colors coordinate. I think it looks very springy. I'll just separate these dies, and then I'm going to go ahead and die cut that out, and that's good to go. We'll add some foam adhesive behind here and tack that down to our panel. And then all we have to do is, I did pop up each one of my little hearts. We're going to add those to our panel as well. I'm going to put 2 by the sentiment and then 1 below it. Okay, we're going to flip this over. Using our tape runner, we're going to adhere this to an A2 size card base, which is a standard size card base. And then I thought we'd bring in a little added sparkle. And you know what? I didn't mention this, but I did take my white gel pen and I added polka dots to my egg. I'm just going to make them a little bit bigger. I added small little dots, but I'm going to make my polka dots a little bit bigger. And then I also added highlights to each one of those little hearts. We're going to bring in a little sparkle with some gems here. These are from Pretty Pink Posh. They are the buttercream gems. and we're just using our glue to adhere those. And then that completes my card for today's Try It Out Tuesday. I think it turned out so sweet. Oh no, I did bring in some morning dewdrops to go over the hearts. But I did leave the cleanup in for my video today, guys. It's at the end. Originally I was going to keep both the stamp sets together. And then I ended up separating them only because one is an Easter stamp set, and I like to keep my Easter stamp sets in one section, and then my basic stamp sets in another. But I'll play some music while I finish up my cleaning, and we'll see you next week for another Try It Out Tuesday. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.